Jeremiah is literally an insecure, manipulative, cheating man-child. If you don't believe that, you just must be delusional, or you just don't watch the show. Because the fact that you guys are backing him up, being like, he's not insecure. This man has been insecure since season 1. I don't know why we're surprised that he cheated on Belly. This is the same man who was sleeping around with men and women. Hi guys. Long time no see. So as you can see, we're in a different setup right now. I have my glasses because this is low-key a serious talk, okay? As you know, The Summer I Turned Pretty season 3 came out and I have a few opinions. I have not seen anyone make a video on season 3 of The Summer I Turned Pretty, but if they haven't, I'm gonna make one. I'm gonna make it because ain't nobody talking about this. They're just talking about it on TikTok. No, I'm gonna take it to YouTube. I want to PSA you guys right now. If you're a Jeremiah fan, do not watch this video because it's most likely you're gonna disagree with everything I'm gonna say because you guys are delusional and you want to back him up. So if you're a Jeremiah fan, you don't have to watch this, or you can stick around, watch it. I don't care. Leave your comments, leave your opinions. Doesn't matter if I disagree with it. This video is honestly more of an analysis on their relationship and how toxic it is. So yes, this video is going to be about Jeremiah and how he's such a red flag. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, guys. I don't think some of you guys realize I can see who has subscribed and who has liked the video and who has not. I see those percentages. So if you could, like, right now, go like hit the bell, notifications on, you know, so you get notified, say to like the video. So let's get into the facts, okay? Because you guys are delusional. I did not think that Belly was going to stay with Jeremiah for that long. And the reason I think that way is because it is so evident to anybody that Jeremiah is literally an insecure, manipulative, cheating man-child. If you don't believe that, you just must be delusional, or you just don't watch the show. Because the fact that you guys are backing him up, being like, he's not insecure. This man has been insecure since season 1. I don't know why we're surprised that he cheated on Belly. This is the same man who was sleeping around with men and women. Why is this a shock? Like, I don't understand. Point number 1. This man literally acts out of plain jealousy rather than actual love. Him getting with Belly honestly just seems like him trying to one-up his brother. He always feels inferior to Conrad. That is no surprise. Everybody knows that. I can literally insert clips in here.
Jared, do you think your brother would ever let something like this happen?
No, we all know that Conrad is perfect.
Sorry that I'm not some straight A overachiever going to med school like Conrad.
Oh my god, what? Please
do whatever you guys need to do. Believe me, don't believe me. This man is insecure. I genuinely feel like he's only with Belly so he can win a mental competition that he is in with his brother. This man is literally in a mental competition with his brother because he is jealous of his success. Every time Conrad does something, he is miserable. Why? He has no goals. Literally in college, he is in a frat. I don't know if you guys heard that one audio in the book where he said that he studies beerology. This man is a bum. He knows his brother is not a bum, so therefore he is jealous of his brother because he's not as successful as him. Everybody compares them, which I don't think that they should be compared. He sees how successful his brother is and he sees how bummy he is. Him being with Belly is more like, oh, since you're more successful than me, I just got the girl that you want, I got the girl that you love, I'm better than you, because he feels inferior to him. He does not actually like Belly. Notice how he started giving interest in Belly when Conrad gave interest into Belly. Notice when he gave interest in Belly is when she had a glow up. He never actually liked her for how she actually was as a kid when she was younger. He did not see her that way. He only saw it as a competition, as a mental competition, and was like, okay, I'm gonna steal your girl. Disagree with me, agree with me, I don't care. Second, I would say he's very emotionally immature. You can't convince me that he's not. Anytime there is like hard conversation that he needs to discuss with someone, instead of taking accountability for his own actions, he always blames it on someone else. Even when he is in the wrong, he always brings up certain stuff that has nothing to do with the argument. I don't know if you guys have seen the clip where he's arguing with Belly. I will insert the clip.
Important flight update for Cabo? Since when are you going to Cabo?
Yeah, I told you about the last time you found the books.
I think I would have remembered you going to Mexico.
Oh, well, Bells, this is my last spring break, and you're gonna be in Philly, so.
Yeah, but we said we might meet up in Cousins. And I thought you were trying to spend more time with your dad.
I mean, don't try to guilt trip me about my dad. I just saw him last weekend.
Did something happen with you guys? You've been kind of moody since then.
Something worse than visiting my dead mom's grave? No.
Hey, okay, that's not fair. I think you're being a little bit selfish.
Okay, sorry. Can you just stop riding me? If you want to come to Cabo, then just come.
No, I don't want to crash your boys' trip.
It's not just boys, the sororities are going too.
Oh, so girls were invited, just not girlfriends. Cool.
Look, I promise I'm not interested in whatever wet t-shirt contest or whatever it is that you're picturing.
It's not that.
What is it?
What is wrong with you right now? You're the one who didn't even tell me that you're leaving the country.
Yeah, because you hate anything having to do with frats.
When did I ever say that?
You don't have to. I can feel you judging us. Sorry if I'm a dumbass who's probably gonna bomb his midterm. Sorry if I want to have a little fun in spring break, and I'm sorry that I'm not some straight A overachiever going to med school like Conrad.
Oh my god, what? Please don't put your inferiority complex on me.
When Ellie literally asked him, I didn't know you were going to Cabo, instead of admitting that he did not tell her about Cabo, he proceeds to pick a fight and is like, you don't even like my frat, and da da da. And then on top of that, he's like, well, I'm sorry I'm not like Conrad. I'm sorry I'm not a medical student. I'm sorry I'm so dumb. First of all, he's just deflecting his insecurity. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say this man is insecure for it to click in people's minds that he is insecure, but I will keep saying it. He is so insecure, and on top of that, like when he does arguments, he is extremely manipulative. He always brings up other stuff to make people feel bad, to guilt trip them, to pull away from the fact that he is wrong in the situation. That one argument that he had with Belly, and he's just like, oh, I'm so happy for you, Belly. It's not like my mom doesn't have cancer.
Conrad, I'm glad it finally happened for you, Belly. It's great timing. It's not like my mom has cancer or anything.
What does that have to do with the argument? That has nothing to do with it. You're trying to guilt trip her because you feel hurt about something. Okay, I didn't really word this correctly in the video, but I'm basically just trying to say that he's using a different situation to basically guilt trip her so that he is victim in the situation. He's basically just trying to pull the pressure off of him and flip it around on someone else so he's not completely at fault. That is manipulation. Yes, that is sad, but using that to basically guilt trip her into feeling worse about herself, that is manipulation. You're trying to manipulate the situation to make yourself seem right in the situation, when in reality you're not. Neither of you guys are. If they're always going through a conversation, he always makes it about how he's hurt about something, how he's gone through stuff, how he's done this and he's done that. Are you ignoring the fact that you did not tell her about a Cabo trip? And I want to say this right now, that fight that they had about the Cabo trip was strategically planned. That man picked a fight on purpose, and I'm gonna explain it. He picked a fight on purpose so that he can be single for that Cabo trip. Him hooking up with Lacey, 100% planned. He wanted to hook up with her. That was not no mistake, no accident, no nothing, especially if he did it twice. They are saying, oh, he's drunk. Drunk is not an excuse to literally just go do that with someone 2 times. 1 isn't even a mistake to me because you still chose to do that, drunk or not. He wasn't blackout drunk. He was drunk enough that he could do that. So you wasn't that drunk. Like, he was like, we had a time last night. And then you didn't even tell your alleged girlfriend. You came back with some cheap puka shell bracelet and tried to make it up to her and be like,
oh yeah, I missed you. I just thought about you when I got you this.
No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You just fake. You try to win her back with some plastic puka shell. What's wrong with you? I genuinely don't think he cares about Belly. I think he's just stringing her along for the ride just because he thinks he has access to her. He has access to her now, so he thinks that he can do whatever he wants, especially because Conrad's not around. I'm telling you, you can't convince me that this man genuinely wants her, because if he actually wanted her, he would not be manipulative and insecure or anything like that. Getting with an insecure man is a red flag. Insecure and jealous, no. Red flag. And on top of that, I want to add, since he's emotionally immature, since we're on the topic of emotionally immature, this man is literally a super senior in college. He doesn't take anything seriously. Anyone who wants to just party and have fun, to me, is a red flag. You don't have any goals. Like I said in the beginning, he has no goals. He's just a bum. And on top of that, he's trying to drag her along because he finally has access to her. So now he feels like, I can do anything now. I got the girl now. I don't have to do anything. I just have fun. No. In my honest opinion, and I know that some of you guys are gonna be like, oh, you guys are making a big deal because he can't remember her favorite candy. If he can't remember her favorite candy, that's a red flag. That is a red flag. You can't remember small things about a person that you like. You don't pay attention? No way. There's absolutely no way. You don't remember her favorite candy? Someone please tell me right now, anyone who's in a relationship, do you guys remember small things about your partner or someone that you like? Even if you're not with them, you remember small things about them because you care about them? So If he doesn't remember small things like that, what makes you think he's gonna put effort in anything in the relationship if he can't remember a basic thing like your favorite candy? Like, I also want to add that he cannot communicate for anything. He can't communicate for sugar, honey, iced tea. If you don't know what that means, abbreviate it. He can't communicate for sugar, honey, iced tea. Anytime it comes to having a conversation, instead of actually communicating, he just pouts or is just distant. He does not communicate like a normal person would. He's just distant. That's a red flag. If you're with someone who cannot communicate, how do you expect to even stay with that person? They can't tell you if they're feeling upset. I also wanted to add that sometimes he expects her to know how he feels even though he doesn't communicate it. Like, she's not a mind reader. How is she supposed to know how you feel? Expecting her to know how you feel and you don't communicate it, that is so immature to me. Just speak up. If you know how you feel and you haven't voiced it to someone, don't expect them to know when you haven't even communicated with them at all. Okay, I know I mentioned this before. I'm going to explain it a little bit more. He uses his past to manipulate her. Like I said, the cancer thing, why are you trying to use that to manipulate the situation? When I mean past, I don't mean like only his past. I mean anything from the past. Like, he uses he uses her liking Conrad for anything. If he gets upset and they get in an argument, notice how every single time he says something, he's like, I'm sorry I'm not like this, I'm sorry I'm not like that, I'm sorry I'm not like this, I'm not good enough. Also, I wanted to add this. This man has said many times that he does not deserve her. When a man says that he doesn't deserve you, that's a red flag. He meant that. He does not deserve to be in your presence. The fact that you're letting him in your presence, he feels lucky to be in there because he knows he doesn't deserve it. He knows he does not deserve to be there. So when someone says that, listen to them. Listen to them. I don't know why you just decided to be like,
oh, well, he said he doesn't deserve me.
Why are you not gone? Why are you still in the relationship? That's not cute. That's not cute at all. The thing I don't get is why you even got in that relationship knowing that you were a rebound boy and why you're mad. That's what I don't understand. He knew from the beginning that Belly is in love with Conrad. So I don't know why you'd assume that all of a sudden when she is with you that she's in love with you when she's not. She's shown obvious signs that she's not in love with you, so why are you sticking around? You're sticking around and then you're getting upset that she's in love with Conrad, but you knew that from the beginning. You're just self-sabotaging yourself at this point. You knew that she loved Conrad. Why are you still there? Like, it's just dumb stuff. Like, I don't understand. Riddle me this. If you knew somebody that you liked, that you were in a relationship with, liked your best friend or your brother or your sister or anything like that, why would you still stay with them? They don't like you. They've shown they don't like you. You think staying with them and doing more stuff will actually make them want you? No. It doesn't matter how much things you do for that person. They will not stay with you because they don't want you. They're using you because you're convenient. Belly is staying with Jeremiah because he is convenient. He's convenient for her. That's it. Conrad is all the way in California. They're in North Carolina. No, she's using him. She's using him and he's using her. The using couple. Like, I also wanted to add that Jeremiah has not matured at all. He stayed the same throughout all 3 seasons. I don't think he's matured a bit. I feel like he is the same kid that we saw in season 1. Some people are like, oh, he's matured so much. In what episode? Name an episode where you think that he has been more mature, because I can't name one. He's still acting like a man-child. Isn't he like 21? You're an adult. I don't care how far away that is from 18. You're 21. You are in your 20s. Freshly or not fresh doesn't matter. Legally adult. You're technically legally an adult when you're 18, but you still act like a man-child, so it doesn't even matter. He's a child. The way he's mopey and he pouts, the way that he just acts like a kid. He does not know how to do stuff on his own. He always rely on somebody else. He never rely on himself. And then when someone else is being successful, he always want to bring them down with them. He's like, oh, we can be together. We'll be together for the rest of our lives. No, we won't. No, we won't. What makes you think that Belly wants to stay with a bum for the rest of her life? The second that she sees Conrad, she's literally running down the altar and she's gonna be saying, I object at her own wedding. Like, y'all are crazy. When I see people in the comments talking about Team Jere for life, I really do be thinking Team Delulu for life. Because there's no way that you're standing with that man knowing that he cheated on her twice, manipulated her, he's insecure, he's jealous, and he's a bum. He has no job. He doesn't do any manual labor. He does not work. All he is a frat boy, a cheater. He's just bummy. He honestly just gives homosexual, if we're actually being for real. And I want to add that some of you guys think that Jeremiah deserves better than Belly. think he deserves someone else who is not Belly. Do I think he deserves someone better than Belly? No, I do not. I don't think that, because I think this man has been thoughty since season 1. He's always been a person who always wants to have fun. So no, I don't think that he is some saint that you guys paint him out to be. I think you guys are just so delusional, and you guys think because you don't like Conrad that Jeremiah is the perfect guy for her, and he's not. He is not. He's only noticed her the second that she became pretty. Hence the summer I turned pretty. That's the only time he really turned his head and was like, oh, you look pretty. And I want to also say, you guys are blaming Conrad for breaking up with Belly. Would you guys have wanted him to stay in a relationship when he is not emotionally stable? I don't get the logic here. If he were to stay in a relationship and he's not emotionally stable, it would have been toxic. That's why he left. And he's actually bettering himself by getting therapy and going to Stanford and finding new friends. He's actually trying to change himself. Jeremiah is not. The only thing that he's done is stayed in North Carolina, been miserable, and is literally doing the same stuff he's been doing since he was in high school. This man has no goals. I don't know why that's so hard to understand. Now let's talk about the fact that he cheated. I feel like I keep repeating myself. Sorry. I don't know why people are surprised that he cheated on her when he literally showed that side of who he was. I hear how people would rather make excuses for him, make it seem like the authors are trying to villainize him. No, you guys are just too blind to notice that he's literally been a red flag from the beginning. You guys are just trying to back up your favorite character because you think he's silly and goofy. He's been like that. He's been moving around like that. I don't know why that's a surprise and a shock to you guys. You guys are like,
Oh my god, Jeremiah could never.
Jeremiah would. He would and has. Are we not watching the same show? I don't think we're watching the same show. I feel like when I'm talking to Jeremiah fans, I just feel like I'm just talking to a wall. You guys are just delusional. The thing that really made me upset though in season 2 is the fact that he kissed Belly. He did not really discuss his feelings with Conrad, and then he was upset that Conrad caught them and was upset that they were kissing in front of his car, and Belly was in his sweater. I don't understand what you don't understand and why he's upset. First of all, you're kissing his ex. You already know that that man is in love with her, and you went and kissed her. And then the thing that also connects to the emotionally immature, instead of going to talk to him afterwards, he went and sent Belly to do his dirty work. First of all, I personally don't think that Belly should have been the one talking to him in that situation. It should have been Jeremiah, because the true betrayal, who betrayed him the most, was Jeremiah. They did talk about it, but that was not the talk that they should have had. They should have had discussed why Jeremiah did that and why that just occurred, and why they didn't discuss that with Conrad before just going and kissing in front of his car. Sending Belly to go talk to him instead is actually like, you're too scared to go talk to your own brother because you know that you messed up. You went and kissed his ex instead of going and communicating that you liked her. You just kept it to yourself. Why? See what I mean? He can't communicate. And I also want to add, he has anger issues. Hold on, I'm gonna explain. Like I said, he can't communicate and he cannot control his emotions. I don't know if I said he can't control his emotions, but if I did, I'm gonna say it right now. He can't control his emotions. Every single time he feels super strongly about something, he always resorts to violence. You've seen the many times that he hits Conrad. You notice how Conrad never hits him? Why would Conrad hit his brother? Exactly. So why would Jeremiah hit Conrad? Instead of having a civilized conversation with your brother or anyone else, you always just resort to violence. That's a red flag. Why can't you just communicate that like an adult? Even if you're not an adult, like the fact that there are people who are younger than him and could communicate way better than he is, like he can communicate, that is insane. Okay, I also wanted to add, since he is so insecure, that makes him act out impulsively. When he saw Conrad about to kiss Belly, he literally shot a firework at their head. Mind you, a sane person would not do that. That is someone who is like genuinely like really insecure. I think also he tries to act like he is the perfect person ever, and I think that is personally why you guys love his character. Like his character is even manipulating y'all. Like he acts like he is some golden child just to mask the fact that he is insecure and jealous. He's using that to mask the fact that he is truly unhappy. He always wants to make it seem like he is a good guy in the situation, that everyone else is a villain. Like that one scene where Conrad and him were arguing, like how he was saying that he stayed with his mom when she had cancer and that Conrad didn't. Mind you, Conrad is an adult. he's working. And Conrad's like, I came when I could. And Jeremiah was just like, well, I came every day. And Conrad's just like, so what? Do you want a medal? Exactly. Do you want a medal? Like, do you want a cookie? Do you want a grand prize for staying with your mother every single day? Like, what is that supposed to mean? That does not mean that Conrad does not care for his mother. You're trying to make it seem like you're better than him because you stay every single day with your mom. This also connects to the point that he's in a mental competition with Conrad. Accept it, don't accept it, I don't care, it's the truth. Rewatch the show, do what you want to do, be in denial, delusion. I also think one of the biggest red flags of all is instead of actually fixing himself, he always is just competing with Conrad. He just competes with him. Why are you not fixing yourself? This is something I've talked about in one of my videos. If you have not watched it, go back and watch it, and I might go on a tangent for this because it kind of me off. If you see something in yourself that you do not like, why are you sitting around moping, acting like you can't fix it when you can? Some stuff that you want to change, you can easily change it. You want to change your diet, change your diet. Nothing's stopping you. Nothing is stopping you. You want to work out, do a workout, do a dance workout, walk, go to the gym, do whatever you need to do, run laps. You want to learn how to play volleyball, play volleyball. You want to learn how to do piano, play piano. You want to do editing, edit videos. You want to travel, go travel. Nothing is stopping you from doing that. But the fact that instead of going and changing himself, and he knows that there's something wrong with some of the stuff that he does, instead of going and fixing it, he's always just in a competition with his brother, and he always judges his brother for being more successful than him. That is a red flag. Also, that's bum activities. That is straight bum activities. Like I said before, he treats Belly like she's a prize to be won in a Family Feud game. And I want to say this right now because it just came to my, I literally just forgot. The fact that this man proposed to her outside of a hospital when her brother was in a coma with no ring and not even getting down on one knee genuinely just shows you that he did it on impulse and not because he actually wants to marry her. What type of person do you see who actually wants to get married to someone just doesn't get her ring? You didn't even bend down on one knee. And on top of that, you didn't make the moment special. Getting engaged is a special moment. It's not something that you could just be like, do you want to marry me? Are you slow? Hello? Is anyone up in the brain? Is anyone up in the home of the brain? Because I don't think anyone is. I don't think there's blood pumping up there at all. You could get her a cheap puka shell bracelet, but you couldn't get her no ring. Oh, because you didn't want to. I don't know how many times that I've said this. When a man doesn't do something for you, it's because he doesn't want to. It's not because he can. He does not want to. If he wanted to do it, he would have put any type of effort in there. He didn't put any sort of effort. Didn't get any ring. Did it literally on a whim, on impulse, just because he wants to trap her. You know why he wants to trap her? He wants to trap her so that she doesn't want to leave again. Because he cheated on her. So he's like, I don't want her to leave again. I'm gonna propose to her so she doesn't leave. And notice how when he did it, it was when she was all emotional about Steven. He's trying to manipulate her emotions because he's already emotional. Some people who are emotional make decisions on impulse because of their emotions being wild and off the rim. So the fact that he proposed to her and her emotions are off the rails, that to me is a red flag. And the fact that you didn't get her a ring, like that's insane. Conrad would never do that. Conrad would never do that. And I know some of you Jere fans hate when people be like, Conrad would never, because he wouldn't. Instead of being bummy and depressed, he went and got therapy as in Stanford trying to be a doctor. And you got this bum on the side who literally wants a mom as a partner to raise them because he's just a big baby. He can't graduate on time because he's a super senior and the only good thing he has going on is a frat. Like, he's just not successful. Even Steven knows that he is not successful. Everybody knows that that man is bummy, and yet you guys are rooting for him like,
oh, he's such a good guy.
In what episode was he ever a good guy? He tries to make himself seem like the golden persona, the golden child. This man is not golden. The only gold he has is in his hair. He's not golden child. He's just deceiving you all. Like, I don't understand what y'all are not understanding. He constantly brings up Conrad. To me, it's kind of crazy how he brings up Conrad so much, and mind you, they like 4 years have passed in like season 3 and he's still talking about Conrad. Conrad is literally all the way in California, not even thinking about Belly. I genuinely think the reason that he acts that way is because he's literally inferior to Conrad in every way possible. When it comes to his parents, he's inferior to Conrad. When it comes to Belly, he's always inferior to Conrad. Anywhere he goes, he is inferior to Conrad. Me, the thing is that instead of doing what actually makes him happy, he's so focused on competing with Conrad and being better than Conrad because everyone always compares the two. Comparison is the thief of joy, and obviously you can see that because he's literally the most miserable insecure character in the entire show. You guys can make it seem like, oh, Conrad was distant and stuff like that. Yes, I will say that Conrad was 100% distant. He was not emotionally mature. The difference with him is he's actually going to go change it. Jeremiah is someone who is not going to change it. Instead of trying to make himself happy, he is going to bring everyone else down who is successful and happy instead of going and changing himself. He's just a miserable individual. I think I literally spoken on all the points that I wanted to speak on. I low-key feel like I was repeating. If you think I missed anything about Jeremiah being insecure, manipulative man-child, go ahead, comment your opinions down below. Jeremiah lovers, stands, whatever. Comment your delulu opinions, comment them down below. I don't know if I should find a fandom name or what type of name. Obviously, I'm not that big yet. If you have any name ideas, go ahead and drop them. And with that, I'm going to end the video here. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Put your opinions down below, delusional or not. And I'll see you in the next one.